Hello friends, welcome to our channel CBSE English, the Topper's Choice. In this video, we are going to discuss class 10th, 5th poem, The Ball Poem. At the beginning, we'll talk about the poet of this poem. John Berryman is the poet of this poem. John Berryman was born on 25th October 1914 and died on 7th January 1972. He was an American poet and scholar. He was a major figure in American poetry in the second half of the 20th century and is considered a key figure in the confessional school of poetry. His best-known work is The Dream Songs. Theme of this poem. This poem, The Ball Poem, is about losing something which we love and then learning to grow up with the loss. It tells us about a boy who is learning to experience grief for the first time in his life. In this poem, the boy's ball is compared to the poet's youth. Those days were happy and innocent. The loss of the ball is the loss of innocence and happiness that are associated with youth. The lesson of accepting the harsh realities of life is taught to us in this poem. At the same time, it tells us about mankind learning to deal with the loss of its loved things or people. Introduction to this poem. In this poem, The Ball Poem, a boy loses a ball. He is very upset. The ball was not a costly one and he can purchase another ball. But the boy did not buy a new ball. He is in deep sorrow and grief. In the poem, the poet John Berryman tries to understand what the boy has lost and the experience the boy has learned by losing a ball. The poet describes the reality of life which everyone has to face one day. He touches the topic of how to stand up against the miseries and sorrows of life. Now we'll discuss the summary of this poem. The poem starts with the poet's question, which he asks himself. He talks about a boy who has lost his ball and asks what he will do after losing it. The boy was very happy and cheerful when the ball was with him. The poet further says that the boy must have lost his ball while playing with it by throwing it up and down. At that moment, the ball must have slipped from the boy's hand and fell on the street. From there, it fell into the nearby river and went into the water. The poet says that there is no use to say that the boy will get another ball. The boy is very sad and is in deep sorrow. He stands in a fixed position, shaking and looking into something continuously. The boy feels that all his young days and childhood memories are gone down in the harbor with the ball. The boy cannot be told to buy another ball as it would not be worth it. The new ball cannot bring childhood memories and a sense of belonging to the boy. The poet further says that For the first time, the boy has felt a sense of responsibility. He should take care of his things so that they do not get lost in the future. Here, the ball symbolizes the happy moments and innocent days of childhood. The ball loss is compared with man's innocent nature. Once we lose our innocence, we can't get it back. The poet says that the world is full of materialistic things. People will be losing something similar to the ball all the time. They get attached to materialistic things, but these things will not stay forever. The boy has to learn to live without them. The poet further says that no one can buy things back. Money is an external thing. Everything can't be bought with money. The boy is learning from his experience of losing the ball and trying to get out of that sorrow. He is trying to understand the real truth of life by accepting the miseries of life and standing up again. Early or later, everyone learns the harsh truth that suffering is an inevitable part of life and that we need to forget the pain and move ahead. Therefore, we should learn to accept and let go. Now we'll discuss the poetic devices used in this poem. Number 1. Rhyming scheme. There is no rhyme scheme followed in the poem. Number 2. Alliteration. It means the repetition of consonant sounds, especially at the beginning of the words. It has been used in these examples. Use of sound B in buys a ball back. Assonance. It means words that have the same or very similar vowel sounds near one another. Example: use of vowel sound A in lost ball. Use of vowel sound E in he is learning well behind his desperate eyes. Next, number 4, imagery. It means the poet tries to create an image about a ball. When poet says, merrily bouncing down the street. Number 5, repetition means the repeated use of a word or a phrase. It has been used in these examples of the poem. Use of the word what, as in what is he to do? Use of the word balls in balls will be lost always. Number 6, anaphora. It means the repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of a series of clauses or sentences. It has been used in these lines of the poem. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go. Here the word what is repeated. Merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over there it is in the water. Here the word merrily is repeated. Now we'll discuss the main points of the poem. The young boy lost his ball. He was playing and saw the ball bouncing down the street. Then, in the end, the ball fell down into the water and lost forever. The boy sees everything happening before his eyes, but he is helpless. He only stands there helplessly, mourning at the loss of the ball. The loss of the ball may appear to be an ordinary incident. It seems that boys lose such balls many times while they are playing. The boy should not make a fuss over it. The loss of ball is symbolic. It has a deeper meaning. The loss of the ball is the loss of childhood and the loss of his dreams. And if it is lost, it never comes back again. Similarly, we can't console the child that he can have another ball. Actually, he is sad that the ball he has lost can't be brought back. The innocent childhood that he has lost can't be replaced or bought back with money. Wealth can't buy life and time. Ultimately, a change comes in the grieving boy. He comes to know that losing is a part of life. The loss must not break his spirits. There is no use of grieving over what has been lost. He must stand up to face such losses with courage and determination. Life has to be lived and not wasted in grieving and mourning over the losses suffered in the past. So dear friends, if you have liked this video, please click on like, subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon to get more videos like this. Thank you very much for watching.